the year 161 AC, news reached King's Landing of King Daeron I's death at the young age of 18 in the Red Sands of Dorne after being murdered while meeting under a peace banner to negotiate with the Dornish rebels. At the death of the young dragon, his remaining forces routed, with very few ever making it back across the Dornish border. While the Dornish had always been a thorn in the side of the kings of House Targaryen and had always used unconventional tactics in times of war, the young dragon never believed he would be killed whilst treating under a peace banner. The outrage at the death of King Daeron was swiftly directed at the Dornish hostages in King's Landing, taken from every great house in Dorne to ensure the Dornish stayed loyal to House Targaryen. At the command of the Hand of the King, Prince Viserys, every single one of them was thrown into the dark dungeons of the Red Keep, where they would wait for their inevitable executions. With a death as high profile as the king himself, no mercy could be shown to the hostages, no matter how innocent they were in the actions of their countrymen. The Hand's eldest son, Prince Aegon, even delivered the Dornish girl he had made his paramour to his father to await execution without a second thought or moment of hesitation. The issue that faced the Hand is that King Daeron, in his short life, was so focused on war and the conquest of Dorne that he never had the time or opportunity to marry, nor father any children. It is thought he never even fathered baseborn children. Thus accordingly, upon his death, the Iron Throne passed to his younger brother, Baelor, a youth of 17 years of age, born in the year 144 AC. Prince Baelor proved to be the most pious prince and then king the Seven Kingdoms of Westeros and the Targaryen dynasty ever saw. His first act as king was to grant pardons to the Dornish hostages, much to the outrage of many at court. Many similar acts of piety and forgiveness followed throughout Baelor's reign. Even as his lords and councillors cried for vengeance, Baelor publicly forgave his brother's killers and declared that he meant to bind up the wounds of his brother's war and make peace with Dorne. As an act of piety, he declared he would go to Dorne himself, with neither a sword nor an army, to return the hostages and sue for peace. And so he did, walking barefoot from King's Landing to Sunspear, clad in only a sackcloth, whilst the hostages rode fine horses behind him. Many thought his mission to Dorne suicide, and there were some suggestions among the lords at court that they make plans for the succession in the seemingly likely event of the death of the king. There are many songs of Baelor's journey to Dorne that found their way out of sepulchres and mother houses to spill from the tongues of singers. Mounting the stoneway, it is said Baelor soon came to the place where the Wills had imprisoned his cousin, Prince Aemon, who was with King Daeron when he was murdered. He found the Dragon Knight, naked in a cage, thin and ragged. It is said that Baelor pleaded, but Lord Will refused to free Aemon, forcing Baelor instead to offer a prayer for his cousin and swear that he would return for him. Many generations since have wondered just what Prince Aemon must have thought of this, seeing his reedy-voiced, slender cousin, haggard, with bare and bleeding feet, making this promise, one that seemed unlikely that he would be able to keep, and yet Baelor pressed on and survived the Boneway. This alone surprised all at court, as the Boneway had proven the undoing of many thousands before him. The crossing of the arid desert between the northern foothills and the Scourge on foot, practically alone, nearly undid King Baelor. And yet, with his faith, he persevered and kept on going, despite his worsening condition. It was an arduous journey and a long journey, but by some miracle, or by the grace of the Seven, he managed to survive it, making it all the way to Sunspear. Once there, he was able to meet with the Prince of Dorne in what came to be considered the first of the miracles of the reign of King Baelor, whom after his journey became known as Baelor the Blessed. He succeeded in forging a peace with Dorne that lasted throughout his reign, but ultimately, like most peaces with Dorne, one side or the other would inevitably break it. As part of the terms of the peace agreement between the prince and the king agreed that his younger cousin, Daeron, grandson of his Hand, Prince Viserys, and the son of Viserys' eldest son, Prince Aegon, should be betrothed to the Princess Marya, eldest child of the Prince of Dorne. Both were still but children at this time, so the marriage was to take place when they both came of age. Over the next few days, King Baelor held several more long meetings with the Prince of Dorne in the old palace of Sunspear. The prince offered Baelor a galley to to take him back to King's Landing, along with an escort of guards to protect his person in place of his Kingsguard, whom it must be recalled were left in King's Landing. The young king insisted that the Seven had commanded him to walk back the same way he had came. Some in the Dornish court rightly feared that Prince Viserys would take this as a new cause for war when, not if, Baelor inevitably perished upon the road. While the king had been rested and fed, he was still in poor condition, with few thinking he had the strength to make the journey. To try and combat this problem, the Prince of Dorne made every effort to make sure that the Dornish lords along Baelor's proposed route home would be open and hospitable to him. The king left Sunspear alone at dawn, heading back into the endless red sands of Dorne, making his way home to King's Landing on foot, the exact same way he had come before. But there was a dragonfire lit inside the heart of Baelor the Blessed. The king had made a promise to his cousin, Prince Aemon the Dragon Knight, and he was determined to keep that promise.